Okay, right. So R24 manufacturing process, metal additive process, right? So we are going to discuss metal additive process. Metal additive process is nothing but our 3D printing. So this is our content we are going to discuss, right? So additive process or additive manufacturing or 3D printing. So it in additive process is the exact reverse of subtractive process in that the material is added to form the desired objects, right? For example, if you do lathe, you have a cylindrical rod of diameter of 10 mm. If you want to reduce the diameter, you need to remove the material, right? So it's the material removal. Additive is opposite to the metal removal. So if you want 8 mm cylindrical rod, it will start with 1 mm cylindrical rod, and the metal is added up to 8 mm. So it is a reverse of subtractive process, right? So examples are most form of rapid prototype process such as stereolithography. It is liquid based RP. Stereolithography, liquid based RP in the sense rapid prototyping or additive manufacturing. Fused deposition modeling, that is what fusion deposition modeling, and selective laser sintering. So fused deposition modeling in the sense it is a solid based RP. Selective laser sintering or it's a powder based RP. Remember one thing, 3D printing we have a variety of names like RP. RP stands for rapid prototyping. So rapid prototyping, additive manufacturing, CAD manufacturing, direct manufacturing, layer manufacturing. This all comes with the additive. So we have variety of names, right? So the stereolithography, it's a liquid based RP, liquid based rapid prototyping system. Fused deposition modeling is the solid based RP. Selective laser sintering is the powder based RP. Right, so generally, for example, if you want to fabricate this kind of product, the desired product, so you can do the so many ways. One is a formative process. So listen, formative in the sense you have a cube, right? So if you apply the forces, you can get the same. So you didn't remove any material from this. You just apply the force and you will get the product. This is what formative. So subtractive means you have a cylindrical cube like this. So you can remove the materials, right? This is what subtractive. So additive in the sense you can fabricate layer by layer. So the black is one layer. So you fabricated, the top layer is fabricated below top of the first layer, right? So this is what additive manufacturing. So additive manufacturing is a group of technique used to quickly fabricate a scale model of physical part or assembly using three-dimensional computer-aided design data. So which means additive is a group technology, right? Group of techniques. It is used to quickly fabricate a scale model. So scale model in the sense it may be the miniaturization model, right, or prototype model of a physical part or assembly using three-dimensional computer design. So only thing, the input is CAD model, right? So if you give the 3D CAD model, it will fabricate. So construction of the part or assembly is usually done using a 3D printing or additive layer manufacturing technology. A technology that speeds up the iterative development process considerably. It's a concept and pricing of rapid prototyping is also called desktop manufacturing, digital manufacturing, and or solid freeform fabrication. So these are the other names, right? So this is one of the traditional, this is not a traditional, this is a developing technology. Most of the applications are used, right? So this is also called as a desktop manufacturing, digital manufacturing, or solid freeform fabrications. So why we say solid freeform means you can fabricate any kind of shape. Only thing is you need to design the CAD model, right? So the classification of RP, so based on the initial form of raw material, rapid prototyping system or additive manufacturing or digital manufacturing is classified as a three-way. One is a liquid based, solid based, powder based. So liquid based, one of the example is stereolithography. Solid based, fused deposition modeling. Powder based is a selective laser sintering. So we have a three classification based on the initial form of raw material. If the raw material is to be the liquid raw material, then we say it's a stereolithography. If the raw material is to be the solid one, then we say it's a fused deposition modeling. If the raw material is the powder form, then we say it's a powder based RP, right? So these are some of the examples for those process. Right, so first we are going to see the solid based RP is nothing but our fused deposition modeling. Generally we say FDM. FDM uses the extrusion process. So we know that extrusions, we have a dies over it and we place our piece between this die and we apply the force, it will get the shape. So it is an extrusion process to build the 3D model. Generally materials used for FDM thermoplastic as well as polyjet photopolymers. right? So this is one of the examples for FDM machines. So we have a filament. Filament is a workpiece. So the workpiece is a solid and the form is a wire form, right? So the raw material is the wire form. The one end of the wire form is attached to the nozzle and the rollers are attached here. So if roller rolls, the nozzle will extract the material, and the extracted material is stored or placed top of the table. So one layer is formed, again the next layer is formed the top of the first layer. So this is a similar process. So a geometric model of concept design is created on the CAD software which uses IGS or STL format files. So as I said earlier, the input of 3D printing is 3D model. So it won't accept all the format. It will accept only neutral file format. So IGES and STL, these are some of the neutral file formats. So only thing, if you draw 3D model with the help of AutoCAD or SolidWorks or Unigraphics, whatever it may be, you need to convert those file as a 3D STL file format. So neutral file format, you need to convert as a neutral file format. Then the neutral file format is uploaded in the system. So in CAD software, the CAD files is sliced into horizontal layers after the part is oriented and the optimum build position, and any necessary support structures are automatically detected and generated. So here you need to know some important points. One is, so we uploaded the STL file format in the system. The system, software system do slicing operations, slicing. So slicing is, for example, if you give a 3D model, 3D cube, so it will take slices, layer. So 3D cube layers. So as I said, you are planning to fabricate class note. So assume that it is 192 pages consists of one class note. So on single sheet we say it's a 2D or layer. So if you give a 3D object, the system will convert 3D to layers, right? So layers, horizontal layers, and orientations, right? So it will based on the optimization of raw material, it will orient, right? So if it is horizontal or it may be the vertical, based on the raw material usage, it will orient, and it will add some necessary support structures. So support structures, I said, if it is a hanging structures or if it is a hanging structure, then we use support structures. This is all done by a system, computer itself. So there is not a manual process, right? So the modeling materials in the spool and the filament on the spool is fed into the extrusion head and heated in the semi-liquid state. So raw material is in the spool, it's a wire form, and the filament on the spool is fed on the extrusion head. So we add the wire as in we add the wire into the nozzle, right? Nozzle. The semi-liquid material is extruded through the head and then deposited in an ultra thin layer from the FDM head, one layer at a time. So since the air surrounding the head is maintained at the temperature below the material melting point, the exiting material quickly solidifies, right? So the first after completing the first layer, the environment should be the controlled environment. So it will automatically solidify. The second layer will deposit over the first layer. So when the layer is completed, the head moves on to create the next layer. Two model materials are dispensed through the dual dip mechanism in the FDM machine. A primary model material used to produce the model geometry, and the secondary material, we say it's a support material, release material, is used to produce the support structures. Right, the release material forms a bond with the primary model material and can be washed away upon the completion of the 3D models. So the secondary materials can be removed with the help of secondary process. So this is what FDM. So some of the applications are models for conceptualization and presentation, prototypes for design, analysis and functional testing, patterns and masters for tooling. So these are some of the applications for FDM process. Right, so this is what solid based RP. Now we are going to see the liquid based RP. So one of the example is stereolithography apparatus. Generally we say it's a SLA. So previous we saw fused deposition modeling, FDM. Now we are going to see stereolithography apparatus as a SLA. So a common rapid process, one that actually was developed prior to the fused deposition modeling, is stereolithography. So before inventing the fused deposition modeling, the SLA was invented. So this is the first process they consider as a 3D printing. So liquid, from raw material as a liquid, convert as a 3D model. This is the first process. So this process is based on the principle of curing. So curing is a liquid photopolymer process. Curing is nothing but so if you have a refrigerator, right? Fridge, you have a refrigerator. So we have a freezer zone. So freezer unit we have. So if you add water and you place water in a freezer unit, you can get the ice cube. So this is a basic process. So the conversion of liquid water into ice cube is a curing. So this basic principle is curing, right? So liquid photopolymer into specified shapes, right? So this is the image. So here we have a vat in the sense it is like a one passage, one pin. So we stored material, we stored the machine material. The liquid material generally we say it's a resin, right? So we have an elevator over there. So first thing, the elevator moves downward or immersed in the vat solution. The laser will move based on our requirement. So based on your 3D model, the laser nozzle will move. So when the laser touches the liquid state, then the liquid is converted as a solid. Right, so after one layer is fabricated, again the elevator moves downward, the second layer is formed. This is what continuously it will form up to our final product. Right, so this is what laser, here they use UV lasers, and this is our final product. So the movement of UV light sources depends on our required or our CAD model, our input. The process begins with the vat filled with the photocurable liquid resin. It is a liquid material, raw material, and the elevator table set just below the surface of the liquid resin. So first thing, the table is just slightly immersed in the liquid vat. Right. So the operator loads a 3D CAD model into the system. The translator converts the CAD model into STL file. The control unit slice the model. Again, it will slice the model and support it to series of cross section from 0.025 to 0.5 mm. So did you imagine 0.025 to 0.5 mm? So one layer thickness is only 0.025 to 0.5 mm. So we can get minimum thickness. That's why it's a time consuming process. If you fabricate a large piece, it will take some time, right? So the computer controlled optical scanning system then directs the focus the laser beam so that it solidifies a 2D cross section corresponding to the slice on the surface of the photocurable liquid resin to a depth greater than the one layer thickness. So the laser is passed the laser nozzle is passed the laser based on our 3D model. Right, so the elevated table then drops enough to cover the solid polymer with another layer of liquid resin. So one step it will move downwards. So table moves downward. Again the liquid was filled again, and the laser is formed. So this is a continuous process up to our final product. We need to wait, right? So a leveling wiper or vacuum blade moves across the surface to recoat the next layer of resin on the surface. The laser then draws the next layer. This process continues building the part from the bottom up until the system completes a part. Right. So if the final products are fabricated, then only the system will stop. The part is then raised out and vat and clean and excess polymer. So principle is it is a photopolymerization. So assume that remember that for solid based fusion deposition modeling, we say it's a extrusion process, but here it is a liquid photocuring process. So polymerization is nothing but a process of linking small molecules into a chain like larger molecule. So the small molecules are joined and make up large molecules. That is what a photopolymerization. Right. So the applications are again it is used for conceptualization, packaging and presentation, prototypes for design, analysis, verification and functional testing, parts for prototype tooling and low volume production tooling, patterns for investment casting, sand casting and molding, tools for fixer and tooling design and production tools. So these are some of the applications for SLA. Right. The final process is selective laser sintering. This is what powder based RB. Right. So this is similar to liquid based RB. Only thing the material is the powder form. Right, so solidization sintering is a process based on the sintering of non-metallic or less commonly metallic powder selected in the individual component. So metal parts are fabricated with the help of selective laser sintering. The basic element of the process are shown in figure. So here we have a computer over there. So we will load our input as a 3D model here, and it will the data are passed to the laser, and the optics we have it is a reflection element, and we have a sintering laser. So laser will pass the laser and it will pass to the powder. So the powder, we have a roller mechanism. So we have two powders. So after completing one layer, the roller will move and again the metal is filled. Right, so there are many materials we can use selective laser sintering. Some of the materials are thermoplastics, composites, or other materials are functional products. So some of the examples are polyamide, thermoplastic elastomer, polycarbonate, nylon, metal, ceramics. So these are some of the applications. Compared to other two, SLS have variety of materials. So can be fabricated with the help of variety of materials. Right, so SLS process, how it works. The SLS process creates a three-dimensional objects layer by layer from CAD data generated in a CAD software using powdered materials, right? It's a powdered materials with the heat generated by the CO2 lasers, right? So the CO2 lasers generates the heat. That heat is used to convert the powder from powder to solid. So CAD data files in the STL file format are the first transferred to the system where they are sliced. In SLS, center bonding principle is used to make a 3D component. Right, so a thin layer of heat fusible powder is deposited onto the part building chamber. The bottommost cross-section slice of the CAD spot under fabrication is selectively drawn on the layer of powder by heat generating CO2 lasers. So we will make one layer. When the cross-section is completely drawn, an additional layer of powder is deposited via a roller mechanism on top of the previous scanned layer. This prepares the next layer for scanning. So after completion of one layer, the roller will roll, so it will fill the material top of the first layer. And steps 2 and 3 are repeated. So again the lasers pass the laser source pass the laser and it will hardening. Powder get hardening. Again a table moves downward and roller rolls one direction. It will fill the material and it will the laser. So this is a continuous process. So successive layers of powders are deposited and the process is repeated until the part is completed. So this is what SLS process. And applications are we can use for concept model, functional models and working prototypes, polycarbonate patterns, metal tools. These are some of the applications for SLS. Again, this is one final summary of the three processes. So we know that stereolithography, fusion deposition modeling, selective laser sintering. So it is a liquid based, solid based, it is a powder based. This is a layer by layer curing, right? Layer by layer curing. This is a extrusion of melted polymer, layer of powder. Types of phase changes. It is a photopolymerization. So polymerization in the sense small molecules converted as large molecules. This is what solidification by cooling, sintering or melting. So these are some of the materials we can use with the 3D printing. Right. So okay.